Let's start by sifting the flour, baking powder, and salt into a large mixing bowl and set it aside. Up next, melt 2 sticks of butter, but be sure not to make it too hot. Warm it up until most of it is melted and keep mixing until all of the butter has melted. We'll prepare the other ingredients and let it cool. In a separate bowl, whisk the yogurt until it's smooth and without any lumps. Add the sugar, apple cider vinegar, vanilla extract, and water. Mix it up real good until all the sugar has dissolved. One final step before we mix everything is to add the baking soda. The baking soda will cause it to bubble and fizz. If yours does not bubble up, then chances are the baking soda has expired. Finally, add the yogurt mixture and butter into the dry ingredients and mix until everything is combined. Here you need to make sure not to mix too much, only until all the flour has been hydrated. You may see these lumps in the batter, but don't worry about them. Only thing to look out for here is any unmixed flour. Once everything is well combined, the batter is ready to be poured into the pan. I like to weigh the batter evenly between each pan, but you can just eyeball it instead of weighing it. Make sure to even it out with the spatula once you're done. Place it in the oven for 30 minutes, and while the cakes are in the oven, go ahead and wash the dishes so you have less to clean up at the end. Best way to check if the cakes are done is by inserting a skewer, knife, or toothpick. If it comes out clean, then the cakes are ready. Place the pans on a cooling rack, and if you don't have one like me, just find something which you can use to elevate the cakes. After 1 hour, the cake should have cooled down significantly. Run a knife along the sides to loosen up the cake, flip it around, and it should easily come out. Take off the parchment paper and flip it one more time. Use a knife to flatten the top of the cake so they remain stable when you're decorating them. Add sugar and espresso powder into a cup of water and mix. Then spread it across both cakes. Once done, carefully wrap them up, making sure no part of the cake is exposed, and use a second layer if necessary. I like to use aluminum foil as well to prevent any freezer burn. Finally, we can let them rest for at least 6 hours. Let's start by making the chocolate shards. Take the chocolate wafers and melt them in the microwave using 30-second bursts. Mix them until there are no lumps. Spread it evenly on a parchment paper and chill in the fridge for 5 minutes or just until it's not sticky. Take a knife and cut out the shapes that you want and freeze it until needed. Now it's time to make the frosting. In a stand mixer, add the heavy cream, powdered sugar, and instant vanilla pudding mix. Make sure to use the powdered sugar and pudding mix because they will stabilize the cream and prevent it from collapsing. Mix on medium speed until you have stiff peaks. Transfer it to another bowl and cream the mascarpone cheese till it's smooth and lump-free. Add it to the whipped cream and mix, making sure they're well combined. Take the cakes out the freezer, shake off any ice crystals that may have formed and start spreading the filling. Make sure it's perfectly level so the cake stays flat. Place the top layer and add a thin layer of crumb coat which will help lock in the crumbs. Let the cake thaw for 30 minutes at room temperature and then add the final layer. This layer will be thick, so don't skimp out on the frosting. Once you're satisfied, dust some cocoa powder on top, stick the chocolate shards, and pipe some whipped cream. In the leftover frosting, add some cocoa powder and create a border around the base like this. When you're done, place it in the fridge for a few hours to thaw completely, but preferably overnight. You can now finally cut into the cake and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can make it for any occasion and it's sure to be a hit. This cake is delicious and it will definitely satisfy your sweet tooth. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more recipes.